Everybody to Women, Images of Hope and Possibilities by Robyn Stratton Berkessel and Susanne Mueller. Robyn and I were very fortunate to travel to Nepal and India, the top of the world, and there it became very self-evident that we all should have access to resources to shape our lives. This is where dignity starts, and it should be for all of us. Women in the emerging world are ensuring a future of four things: environment, enterprise, education, and empowerment. 70% of the poor are women, and 100 million women are missing, unfortunately, these days. Amidst many messy and unreliable infrastructure in Nepal with rickshaws, people, goods, animals, we found a safe haven, the Garden of Dreams, where we joined our efforts and our vision to plan for what can we do and how can we help the world. So today we would like to take the first steps, and you should be part of this as well. Wherever we traveled, we saw women working hard physically, working in the field, in construction, drying goods, and also selling their beads and whatever they had on the streets. Life expectancy in Nepal for women is only 61. These days we have a lot of exposure with many interesting books that raise awareness. Stones into Schools, 3 Cups of Tea, it's focusing on education. Half the Sky is focusing on sex trafficking, and The Blue Sweater is focusing on women entrepreneurs and their opportunities. On our ventures and exploration, we met many interesting women where they displayed their beads, and we bought many of these people fixing and reconstructing temples, and we had the opportunity to meet Ms. Koirala, the founder of Mighty Nepal, a very successful NGO in Nepal, where she's focusing on sex trafficking. The lady at the TED, Ms. Sunita Krishnan, auntie, was talking on her personal experience on sex trafficking and gang rape. Over the years, she saved 3,200 children. Her mantra is, "No child deserves what sex victims suffer." Very interesting talk. Robyn and I had the opportunity to visit Mighty Nepal, where we were exposed to those pictures on brothel owners, convicted criminals, and more. And there were people standing outside where they wanted to share their experiences on the street of Nepal. So that was very powerful for us to see what's going on and how much we can help with interventions. Here we can see many NGOs that are helping women enterprise. To name one, which impressed me most, was the Grameen Bank. Mohammed Yunus founded that organization in the villages of Bangladesh, and more than 1 million microfinancing have been started through him.
So empowering women as a solution to sustainability became increasingly real to us as we listened to the stories that women themselves told. "If I can learn to read and write, I can raise my family's income," was a recurring theme. The solution becomes self-sustaining because women teach other women. The Women's Empowerment Program in Nepal has resulted in 15,000 village banks in which women lend to each other for their own business and their own entrepreneurial spirit and capability. And from their savings and their profits, they invest in their communities, in schools and scholarships for their daughters and sons, and health and hygiene. They believe that improved financial power results also in increased gender equity. We were privileged to visit and participate in workshops in schools, and to the question we asked girls, what do we need to improve women's education, they stood up and said things like political stability, family support, women's empowerment through vocational and practical education, and avoiding traditional thinking. They drew images of unity, loving community, and holding hands across the world. They valued their mountains, their forests, their trees, their animals. And we spoke to a group of management students for the Forestry Ministry, and their goal for 2020 is to increase the rhino population from 423 as it is today to 900. This child had been abandoned on the roadside, or was the child of a prostitute. And here is Susanne looking at his composition, written in English, of AIM. And let me read what he says. "My aim is to become a famous person and help the welfare of people, so this is how they can get to know me and respect me." So David Green believes restoring sight has an economic benefit. a social entrepreneur extraordinaire. He collaborates with the Aravend eye care system, and their combined focus has been innovative business models, medical products and services, and technology to reach the unreachable. Overarching value is to help and heal ourselves, and we eliminate exploitation. Aravend is highly streamlined. Villagers are bussed into the clinic, they're treated on the spot, and if they need to go to hospital, they go in for the night and they're then helped back into their own homes. Women are a major part of this operation, and last financial year, they provided free eye care service to 60% of their patients while making a profit of $9 million with an EBITDA of 39%. It's 10 years since these three sisters created their own tracking business called Three Sisters Adventure Tracking, and they've been recognized globally. They create opportunities for women's education, social influence, and for economic stability. So in 1970, Milton Friedman wrote an article for the New York Times Magazine entitled "The Social Responsibility of Business is to Increase Its Profits." Well, 40 years later, we have an expanded view of what business is about. And being profitable and being socially just and environmentally responsible are not mutually exclusive. So as a result of our shared experience and our dreams in the Garden of Dreams in downtown Kathmandu, our hearts are bigger and bigger with bigger dreams and bigger hopes and possibilities. And so we leave you this question as OD professionals. What if we were to shift big corporations to use their core competencies and assets and to make products and services more affordable for the lower income people, and recognize that they're not jeopardizing their profitability, but in actually enhancing it?